It's Friday, March 3rd, 2023. I had to ask. And here's what's shaking at the Almond Alliance. I'm Aubrey Bettencourt, your president and CEO of the Almond Alliance, the voice of American almonds in Sacramento, Washington, D.C., and beyond. We're working on all cylinders, hitting on all priorities that are your priorities, and we're even double checking that they're your priorities. Why? Because we work for you. So we've been out on the road at our member listening sessions, and we want to thank all of you who took time out of your busy day this time of year. It's always a little chaotic to come out and sit with us for a couple hours, have a cup of coffee, even bite a lunch, and talk and listen and learn. And we have learned a lot from you about where the pressure points are and where the relief points need to be, and how does that relate back to policy. And we really appreciate even more so the opportunities to give you a peek behind the curtain of how we do what we do and the dynamics that we take into consideration when we're advocating on your behalf and for the different policy solutions that we're working on. So it's been great. We were down in Mcfarland. Yes, totally met out at the stockyards. It was great. That was one of the best open-faced New York steak sandwiches I think I've had in a very long time. And appreciate everybody meeting us up down there. Then we were up in Fresno at the Elbow Room, meet with the crew right there from the hometown crew for me. And then we were up in Turlock. For those of you who will be joining us in Williams next week, that meeting has been moved. So we are now middle of the week, and that email should be coming out, and that social media blast should be coming out as well. Why? I got invited to kind of a big thing on Monday, and I'll tell you about it later, especially if anything comes out of it. But I'll be sure to let you know, and what's most important is almonds will be in the room. So with that, there's a lot of other rooms we're in. Thanks to our team out in DC, RBW Group, we've been working very actively on Farm Bill, engaging on a couple of different projects that we're working on. I think I've described to you a couple of the different drought policy pieces we want to see continue through Farm Bill, adjusting adjusted gross income, payment limitations, disaster program. My goodness, with what's going on right now, we've got such traction to be talking about that. We're also continuing to work on Section 32 and improving that program, hoping to make a request for that here coming up. So we'll keep you posted in that. And of course, WIC, and of course, access to other programs like USAID. And we have met with all of these characters in this week and been in those rooms as well, met with a number of members of Congress over the phone. And really, it's about their staff and those good team members on the ground to help us design and craft these programs. A lot of interest in some of our priorities that we're pushing as almonds by other partners across the West and even outside of traditional agriculture, which is a good thing when we're trying to move the ball forward on those fronts. So more to come as that starts rolling up. Some of the deadlines on Farm Bill are starting to hit, but we don't place all our eggs in one basket. We look at a lot of other options. So we're getting excited to start playing in budget and appropriations. And if you want to learn more about that, check out our podcast that we did with RBW Group, a little chance for you to get to know the team in DC, for them to give you a little insight into how they look at the world and the different opportunities they explore to push our priorities. But of course, it's all about trade and moving product. And so we've been meeting actively with our own Tiger teams on trade, some of our own members. We're really examining where are the opportunities and where aren't they, and trying to get some serious thought around what's realistic and what's not. We have to deal with the political dynamics that exists out there, but that doesn't mean we stop, and it doesn't mean we give up. It means we got to find another way. So we actually have been working and meeting very seriously with our friends at the Almond Board to have that conversation and to be looking for those opportunities. And we thank them, of course, for their time and expertise. They are an asset to our industry, and we appreciate always their partnership. As we shift gears into supply chain, we have been meeting with our members and our different partners over at the different carriers. I think I've talked to you guys about, we've been meeting with Hapag Lloyd, been meeting with MSC, CMA, OOCL. They were all down in Long Beach this week, meeting with a number of our partners and members who've been down there as well. We're going to have more to come out on that. We'll have a new Almond Express email. I know I've been promising it, but I have a few things in the works and want to make sure that we are finding a way to, again, free up equipment as well as move in the right lanes. So we've been briefing them on where is the market shifting and where are the market projections for the next few months. Again, trying to get equipment and adequate receiving windows always open and available to you all. So we appreciate that and appreciate them. On the state side, we are focused on water and we are focused on pollinators, and we are working very hard on both. On the waterfront, could have been a contender, but on the waterfront, We have obviously officially rolled out LandFlex, which comes at a really good time when you consider the new announcements this week from the Department of Water Resources of the final batch of review for a number of critically overdrafted basins groundwater management plans. A number of them were approved and recommended for acceptance, but a number were found inadequate or indeficient. And in that, we are really hopeful that our groundwater agencies, the groundwater management agencies, that the state stays at the table, continuing to work with us. I think it's very obvious in what we've developed through LandFlex that we are eager to stay at the table. We have and want to work towards solution, but there needs to be good tools and flexibility for us to do that. So if you want to learn more about LandFlex, and we are doing outreach on that and training, go to landflex.org. The farmer portal will be open soon, and our technical assistance team at the Almond Alliance is standing by, so you can reach out to us directly as well. So please go to landflex.org to learn more, and we are here to stand by to help you work through some of these new and changing dynamics. More to come on that DWR decision, and what that means is some of these basins now are getting handed off to the State Water Board. I think it really speaks to the need to accelerate our ability to lean in and go find the tools we need to keep us farming when and where we can. And more importantly, farming, period. And that's our job. That's what we work on. Gosh, what else have we been doing? A lot. I feel like we've been talking, let's see, I talked about WIC, talked about USAID, I talked about Section 32. Talked about moving product and trade. Oh, right. We talked about listening sessions. And last but not least, we have our convention coming up in April. If you aren't registered, that doesn't mean you don't have a room. A lot of you get rooms and you don't register, but you got to do both or else we don't know what you're doing out there, folks. So make sure you get registered. April 24th through the 27th in La Quinta. We're looking forward to it. We've actually got a killer lineup coming. People from all over the country coming out to really give you a new and interesting dynamic. We've been talking about this, about looking under the hood and bringing experts to the table so you can get an idea of the people that we work with and retain and partner with to get stuff done. We hope you have a great weekend. We thank you for your membership. And as always, if you're dealing with disaster, please, 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 please reach out to our office. But remember, documentation and notification. Make sure you're calling your local farm service agency. You're calling your county ag commissioners, and you're reporting your damages. Make sure you're calling your insurance. Make sure you're taking pictures and getting everything documented. If you need help, please, please, please reach out to us. This is what we do. And we are actively working with all of those members. So again, Farm Service Agency, insurance, County Ag Commissioner, you need to call all three. They are critical in our ability to go advocate for disaster assistance for our industry. If you're having any damages due to freeze, frost, winter weather, wind, all of these weather systems that have been coming through. Again, documentation, notification, call the Almond Alliance. We'll walk you through it. We're here with you. Stay strong, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.